Hey guys, welcome in. Hope all y'all are doing good. It's Mittens here again, doing another video to Empyrion. It's been a few days since I posted anything or loaded anything up, so I thought I would jump in here. I did get on the other day and do a little bit of stuff. Um, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but I've noticed that in these areas um, where there was a crashed ship or whatever, the grass for some reason like turns loose, and it just goes back to the curvature of the land instead of staying down into this concave area where the base or the ship or whatever it was. I'm not sure why. It's a little bit aggravating. It didn't used to do that, so whatever they've done in their later patches has caused this to happen. So for right now, we're just going to kind of deal with it. But I did progress in the story a little bit. I didn't think it was anything that most of you guys probably have seen. If you haven't, then if you decide you want to take interest in the game and play it, you will get you'll get to experience that part of the storyline. So the next thing we have to do is we got two choices. We can either, well, basically, we only really got one choice. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't remember. We've got to, we've got to come up with a ship, right? And I've unlocked enough stuff to bring this one in. It's kind of one that I've used in the past. It's pretty cheap, but it allows you to mine a lot more efficient here on the planet, and you can actually go into the atmosphere or the space area around this particular planet. Now, it doesn't have the capability of jumping to other planets, but you can hit the asteroids in this area, and if there's any moons, uh, and there is a one moon on Akua, so we could actually go and visit that moon. We can't just go to Taladar or Alpha or whatever in the system because it doesn't have the jump drive, the capability of that in this particular. But it's cheap enough that, sorry, I've played so many different games, buttons, anyhow. The one resource that's really hard starting off is this cobalt on this particular planet. So, excuse me. You have to have gotten lucky and found some, or you can buy some. Typically at the trade station, there's a mining foreman or something around there where you can buy some cobalt. Well, notice I said buy. Well, we got to come up with the money, which we have. We do have a little bit of money. Not a whole lot, but we do have a little bit. So there are things that you can do to uh, to get the money to be able to buy. Um, what we're doing with all this food must have been on the last thing we did. There are some things that you can do to get the money, which is one, you can collect things, make things, and sell them to different vendors. Typically, they'll take most all guns, but I'm not totally sure. Not all vendors take the same guns, so it's kind of a toss-up. So it's a decision we have to make is whether we just run over there, see what's available to sell, or what's available to buy, and then come back and make it, and then take it back over there and sell it and get them enough money to to buy the ore to get us our first little ship, or we make up some stuff and take it. Since resources are limited right now, I really don't think trying to guess on what. Usually I know like weapons you can take and they'll sell, like sniper rifles and such, chainsaw. Um, Sometimes armor. Um, but I think to be wise and useful, um, of our time and resources, that we probably would strongly consider just making the journey over there. We've got, like I said, we do have a little bit of money. Um, Now I could take this sniper rifle, I guess. Probably could take this upgrade kit. We got a couple of things we could take that I might get lucky and sell. Um, but other than that, we really don't have anything, I don't believe. Yeah, we really don't. So I think what we should do is just probably take the long, boring journey to the trade station. It's not. Sometimes it's not too bad, but as you can see, as I can see already in front of us, it looks as though we have a large mountain in front of us, which can be fun to get over. Um, Sometimes you can not do that. Um, Sometimes you get lucky and it's locations where you can just kind of skirt them. And sometimes it's not, like the amount of time you spend going around them because it's faster. It's really not. You might as well just try and work your way up over the top of it, hope for the best. Which we're making pretty good time. If that's all we had was that little range to deal with, I'll tell you what. Sometimes, boy, water can be the real slow. If you got a big chunk of water you got to cross, because these hover vessels do not like water. They slow down quite a bit. But we're basically um, basically there. I mean, not in a bad location at all. Not hard to get to. Sometimes, like I said, it can be a large body. I just assume have a big mountain to have to deal with in a large body of water, because that takes so long. I'm gonna go in here, pick up our bike so it don't despawn. That journey back on foot would not be fun. Let's go in here. See, now this here is Polaris faction. So you got different vendors and stuff in here for you guys that are new to the game that you can speak with, you can sell stuff to, you can buy stuff from. Um, so you can actually do little jobs for them. Usually, at early game, it's probably if we had 3 improved light armors, we could get 15,000 credits, but we don't. It's too early in the game for us to. But you can look at what they have to sell, and if they're buying stuff, right? So, like here, we could sell the snipers. Selling the other one because we got to have something to. Oh, we can sell the upgrade kit. So now we've got some bank balance and we got cash on hand. So we've got a little over $1,000 credit. But those are the other stuff that they buy. So we can look at it and see what pays the best. The sniper rifle pays good. A multi-tool, I don't think we can make it yet. They only buy one of those. See, they have like their stock, right? So he buys them, but he only buys one because he's already got 10. He only needed one more to be full. But the sniper rifle, we could sell them up to 13 more here. So that probably would be one of our good routes to go. The pistol upgrade kit was good. Magnesium powder, he don't have any of that, so if we could get some magnesium, which I haven't seen any, and I doubt we will. But anything, we got to have an insulation booster when we go into space, because it is cold if you get out of the ship for any reason. But first things first, here's an ATM machine. So let's take that and deposit it. Yeah, we got almost 1,100 credits. We have to talk to it's not him, it was some guy. Maybe upstairs. I thought it was. There's little vendors everywhere, like this guy here. Vendor. Looking for the guy. And make sure you don't click on these boxes. That will Now he buys quite a bit of stuff. So if we had some stuff we could bring, could sell some stuff to him, like meat, pretty decent. But the guns would be better. Sniper rifle. I'm looking for this. Maybe it's this guy here. I think it's this person. This is part of the quest we needed to do. Somebody's shooting at something. We got a little bit too close. I want to think that there's should be a mining operation right there. Let's go over there, see what the cost is here. Head honcho. Usually they'll have a little arrow. At least I think this is who we want to talk to. And he does not have any cobalt. Yeah. buys portable work lights. Okay. He buys biodiesel. Got that. You could sell him that. Be a way to make some money. Pretty easy. Okay, so maybe it's the, there's another site, usually, maybe that's it over there. There's one that has, so that'd be probably the best thing right there, the biofuel, because that's really not costing us any mats necessarily besides wood. That's pretty easy to get. I like this setting here, these big redwood trees. Really cool. What are y'all doing? Circus? They're going to the circus. So we got another guy over here doing the same thing. Y'all are the Zambini brothers. Zambini brothers. So we're looking for the guy with the yellow arrow on his head. Usually he's outside. He's got it. He don't have any either. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. Is there another? I don't remember. It's really weird. Usually, there's a guy outside. And I sure didn't see him. And I could have overlooked it. Go back to that other side, that other place. Because I don't think you can buy it at the trade station. It has to be at the mining operation. Nothing coming up on the scanner. Usually there's a guy out here on this deck that you can talk to and buy cobalt from. That's the I'm going to skirt the area. Maybe there's 3 places. Because it's usually the mining foreman or something like that. It gives a specific name. Seeing anything. And they're always pretty close to each other. Usually they're They're all within a decent distance from the trading station where I'm gonna finish this part of the mission while I'm here. But I'm pretty sure there's nobody I can talk to here that's going to give me what I need. Which sucks. Because I don't know how. Oh boy, okay. Down freighter is the next part of this mission, and I know that we got to have certain pieces for you to complete the mission. If not, you got to make a long run. It's a pretty good distance. Still in the Polaris territory. I'm just going to scan. I'm pretty sure there's not any cobalt on this planet, like for ores and stuff. Which means that, come on, what the hell? 2-1. I'll tell you sometimes. Which means that more than likely we're going to have to find a POI that we can do in hopes that we either get some stuff that we can convert to cobalt, or we find some cobalt ore in the POI. And I don't know if there is how close the POI will be. Which kind of sucks. But that's part of it, which is weird because it's never been that way. It's always been where you could always buy some cobalt. From the merchant over there, the miner guy. So it's 16 clicks away. I don't know. I guess we could head up it around here and go that way. Do a bit of scouting out and see if we can find us a POI, but the first thing we're going to have is something more than just a sniper rifle and a freaking dagger, because that dagger ain't going to do jack diddly. So, the shotgun would be a lot better. So let's see if we can unlock it. Shotgun right here. Okay. And then we're going to come back over here. Make us a shotgun. I think we already picked up a couple of rounds. Probably need we're going to need some 7.62s. That'll give us 200. Maybe that'll be enough. Plenty of wood. Plenty of copper. Pick up the tent because that'd be our spawn point if we do find something. Because I think I went ahead and yeah, so all we like is I'd already dumped stuff in the factory. So all we like is some silicone, which is it won't be hard. It's just getting the 40 cobalt. Unfortunately, is going to be our issue. I think we've got a silicone right here. We've got a silicone deposit, so not too concerned about that. I'm more concerned about us getting the cobalt. So we're just going to go for a little tootle. Do have some band-aids to help us a little bit. Get a little bit of food. Got a few things of water. That ammo finished. Got our tent. I'm pretty sure there's not. Silicone, copper, iron, graphite. Yeah, we don't have cobalt. All right. So we're going to head north and then go northwest. In hopes that we can find something infiltrate. I have a suspicious feeling that we did not get enough ammo. Yeah. Sometimes you can get like along the water here and there's not as much shit in the way. Well, I'm not showing it very well. I don't know what I hit. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Well, it could be a real pain in the ass. You try to look ahead to kind of pick your lines. You don't always work out the best. Off here in a minute. Use our scanner. See if anything pops up. It didn't. Small nest. What does that mean? Well, that ain't, yeah, it's just like a spider nest. It's radiated zone. Sometimes. Heat signature. Gatling arrow drone. See, I think that might be a POI or something. Just cruise through there real quick. And there's some awful things in here sometimes. Oh, it's a ship. Nice. Well, it's going to have some stuff on it. Tent down. Let drone go. This might give us what we need right here, folks. We gotta get that drone took out. Oh. And usually this has a lot of bad shit in it. That drone. Sometimes you get good stuff off these drones. Some higher end stuff sometimes too. Some bullets. Nothing really. Ammo. Fuel will be helpful a little bit. But the main thing is if we can that's a big one. What kind of resources we can get from it, if we can at all. Looks good. Really sucks. That's it. Oh, yeah, it did. This other stuff. Oh, silicone. A bit of water, that'll help a little bit. You can drop that. I don't know if this has cobalt in it or not. Had one. Better than nothing. I think it had some other stuff. Thought it had some thrusters. Didn't. I swore it had some thrusters to it. I mean, in reality, you could actually try to put this thing back to a working order, but Jesus. cobalt alloy. Why didn't that give me cobalt alloy? The other one did. Give us some cobalt. 2. What's better than nothing? Okay, really, I don't think there's anything. Really anything else here. Lots of death. Lots of death right there. Oh, that's the Promethean pieces. Lots of death in there, boys. Lots of death. The map seal kind of going the way we want to go. Thing. Not a thing. Kind of hoping we'd get lucky. Oh, there's some red there. That's Xerax. That's our enemies up in this area up here. Problem is the drones can be a little more active in this area. I don't care. It's fine. They can hate me. They can hate me this time. Not really having any luck yet, are we? Oh, radar signature over there. It's probably a 4. If I had to guess. Yeah. Pretty pretty over here. Big boulders. Some of these planets are just really, really well done. Kind of weird, there's nothing here. I mean, nothing. I don't know what to think. So we can cut back across here. We'll hit something. If not, I'm not sure exactly. Just have to go on a bigger adventure. Go another direction, maybe. Usually, all the times I played before, it would not have been this hard. Well, number one, we'd have got our cobalt or figured out what we needed to do to get our cobalt by finding out how much it was. There at the trading station at the mining site. But for whatever reason, it's either changed or I mean, we don't have to do that particular one. It just the cobalt is because of the drills. Another Xerax area. That's the reason we have cobalt is because of those mining drills on the front of that ship. Now, we can always get a ship that doesn't have the drills if this becomes too much of a ordeal. Which it is very much so becoming that. So it may end up that we have to just do a little more hand digging, which is no big deal. It just slows the process down a little bit of getting a little further in the game. You know, it's if you could find a few pieces of cobalt, that would really skip a step here or there, because you'd be able to be able to just mine from your ship and not have to get out. But as it's looking right now, we're going to probably have to go with a ship that doesn't have them, and just kind of work our way a little bit different direction. A little bit different direction. So I think we'd be better off heading back. Let's look at our ship options. Well, I don't want to cross that big body of water. You see how slow we're going? You see how slow we're going? Yeah, no. That would take forever. It is really sensitive to the water, which to me is kind of weird. But we'll get there. We'll look and see what our options are. And see what we got to do to get a ship in. Nice place for a base. Open flat area. Pretty good meat source right there. Cruising the beach. Back in the swamp. Up, Mr. Green Goo. Oh, I thought I'd made it through there. Head on to the freaking oak tree. Oh, my insurance is paid up. If you can kind of hit these hills at an angle instead of just like head on trying to go over them, usually you can just go right up over them. It's not too bad. But when you do that head on stuff, that nose will hit right into the side of the mountain. Slow all your momentum down. Big brown looking, whatever they're called, I don't know what they are, cows of some sort. They're a good source of meat, those things. Usually they're in a pretty decent little herd. And the babies, they're a pretty good source of meat, and sometimes you can get some milk too. If you're running low on food, come kill you some of those and get you some meat. And I'll just tell you, I don't know whether it was faster or not, but I believe it was, because it would have been a very, very slow trek across that water. Which the terrain's pretty generous here. No big mountains and stuff like that. Those can kind of slow you down. Big open beaches like this, yeah, can really make some decent distance with a big body of water. May just go across it. That's a long ways around over there. You can see how slow. I mean, it's not like terrible, but it ain't fast. We're gonna cheat across here. Some stuff spawning in. Some water creatures. We're just gonna cheat across here. Almost back. Landing site's a long ways. That's why I'd like for us to have a ship for that at least. Even if we got to mine out of the by hand still, I don't even mind it so much. Boy, that's a long ways on a mini bike or these hover bikes. It's a long ways, and I've done it. The first time I did it, I didn't know that was part of the mission, that you gotta, have certain pieces to fix their ship. I was like, oh my god, now I gotta go all the way back. Then I gotta come all the way back over there again because I didn't have a ship made by then instead of. Anyhow, so let's look and see. I'm pretty sure, well, first off, let's put this stuff in there. We don't need none of this stuff in our pockets. Alright. We need some. Oh, some canned beans. What's this? Some canned meat. Ooh, you know that's good. You know that's good right there. Canned meat. Yeah, look at that. Woo, he enjoyed the shit out of that. So, I'm about 100% sure that I don't have anything without it's going to be guess we could do that. We could do that one. I had the big one. There's a big version. There's a CV version of that one there, and I did it once, and it wasn't a bad little ship. I don't know how this, and its um, complexity is. It's actually. I think we can probably do this one. If y'all want to try this one, I think all we have to do is unlock the ramps. I think it's a little bit bigger, which is not a bad thing. I've done Nissen, I think maybe a couple of times. It's an okay ship, but I think this in here might actually be a little bit better, a little bit bigger. So if we needed to, make some modifications to it, potentially we could. So let's see what we can do to get it in. So we got to unlock the ramps. So we go in here, small vessel, go down here to the ramps. Right here. Alright. Then we come back over here, and that lets us add that to the factory. So all we need to do is get about 200. Need a little more iron, a little more carbon, a couple of pieces of copper, and about 200 silicone. So let's look and see. That should take care of that. Let's look and see what that does for us. So we needed, now on these plates, they are half of what you need. So like if we put 216, that'll actually be 108. So for here we need 800 more, so we'd have to have 1600 basically. 1640 something plates. So we're probably going to have to just go mine some more iron, which is fine. So copper, we needed 2 more pieces. There's the copper. 3 pieces. I did read that wrong. And the carbon, we needed a little more. And it's okay if you go over. I can assure you this early in the game, it ain't going to matter. As long as it's not, you don't want to put a bunch more in there. But if you go 5, 10, 15, 20 over, it's no big deal. You're gonna use it eventually. You don't lose that resource. It kind of like banks it for you, right? Like see here on the cobalt, it doesn't call for it, but we still got it. It just goes into a savings bank. So when you bring up your next blueprint, it'll just apply whatever you have left over from your previous build onto your next build that you're working towards. So it's a good way to store stuff early if you don't have the storage and you don't want to put down a bunch of these little mini portable factory things, these constructors. You can do it this way. You can just get something that takes a lot of resources that you can unlock and just dump stuff into the factory so that you can then you're more ready for it the next time you're ready to do your next build, spawn in of this next ship. So we need to go get some silicone and iron, but we're going to have to grab some fuel because we sold all that. We've got some here. There's 10 of those. I'm going to go ahead and queue up some more of this. I want to eat up all that, and then we're going to have to go and mine some stuff. We want to head southeast. Let's go mine some copper and well, maybe, what the hell? I don't know why it's doing that. It's throwing the front end looking up in the sky. For some reason, it's doing some crazy shit. So let's go get some silicone and iron. bush got me, boys. The bush got me. We're gonna head south, way south. My driving right now is terrible. I used all my driving skills up. There's the iron. Should be a hole here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Something was shooting. Oh, right there it is. We don't want to be down in the hole. Dealing with that bullshit. Oh, I hear something. You hear that scream? I'm looking for it. Found him. Oh, I got some food. Yay me. Not here anymore. See anything. Alright, let's get some iron. Hope for the best. What do we got here? Some crushed stone. Okay. When we get full, and I'll drop the bike. And we'll come back down in here and fill up again. I don't want to leave the bike out too long so it despawns. It shouldn't, but in case we get attacked or something, we don't have all of our eggs in one basket. We kind of halfway prepared. If we really got to run, we can throw our bike down, skedaddle. Or if we have to run away for a little bit, we don't how much room we got now? See, that gave us basically 100 pounds free weight. Not much, but a little bit. Where's our structure? It's a landing site constructed right there. Fortunately enough, it's really not too far away from our little shack area. I forgot to put the tent back down. Do that when we get back. Still got these wreckages we can do. Give us some little bit of stuff. Because we're gonna have to build a base at some point here pretty soon once we get our first ship in. That's 50. It's 30. Just meat over there. 2 pieces of meat. Alright. Southeast. By the wreckages. Get us another load of iron. Copper, we don't need it right silicone. Guess we could do the silicone right quick. May have to. I don't think that I've gotten any silicone. I don't see any holes. Could have ended up really bad for us. Usually there's more than two of those raptor things. I don't even see the... Guess we're right over the top of it. Basically. Get a load of silicone. Maybe we won't die. Usually at night it's a little more active. Like I said in the beginning of these. Usually have some different creatures out there. We got some silicone now. Best practice, make sure and have your guns loaded, at least one of them, so if something starts you can get out of your F5, out of your drone, and hopefully maybe salvage something from the deal, unless you get infected by some disease or something. You may not have the stuff to cure it this early. Best thing to do is just grab your stuff and head back towards the... You know what we didn't do? We didn't put down the tent. You know what else we didn't do? I don't think we picked it up. From that radiated area. Yeah, I think we totally left it there. Done it before. So we'll either have to go get it or make another one. Silicone now. Head back, drop it off. And we'll come get another thing of iron, because I don't think that's going to be enough iron. I think it's only going to give us like half or a third, about half maybe. A little less than half. What we need. Silicone. 300. And we're going to need about 500 more, so we're going to have to make a couple of more runs. Eating the meat, eating the meat. We'll do them eggs where they rot. At least we'll get to eat them. Alright, well, let's run and get some more iron, I reckon. Right over the top of the copper. I'm going to go past the copper a little bit. Yeah, a couple more runs of this, and we'll have that ship in. That ain't going to change this process for a little bit, but at least we'll be able to haul more of it, which is the cool part. We can actually get some more, you know, more production, more of it done. Get us some stuff going. Try and figure out us a base location. Alright, load the iron. Back. Silicone. How much do we need? 50. Now we need 7. Stick the rest of it over here. I got a couple of hard-boiled eggs. Oh boy. We're going to need one more load of iron. Let's go get it. Go get it. just have to wait for it to smelt, all of it. Getting in even a basic ship, yeah, it'd be nice to have one that had the drills, but that's okay. Because this at least allows us to bring more ore back and set up more, we'll just set up some more smelters if we need to. And we'll get us a ship that's, you know, more refined to what we're needing. Plus this one may have some upgrade. I've never brought it in. The small vessel, I did the capital vessel one that looks like it, and I liked it. It was a pretty good little ship. So hopefully this one won't disappoint, and maybe there's some room for upgrades where we can just add the drills to that ship. Maybe storage or something. Never know. Well, we got all kinds of extra ore up here on top. Where's our... Yeah. We can come back and get it if we need it. But this load and what we just did before, it should be smelting right now. Should be enough to bring this sucker in. Spawn it in. Now we need 400 basically. 400 iron. Which we've got enough steel plates we can do it. But your steel plates you use a lot for ammo and this and that, so I don't want to just, I mean, we still got those wreckages we can salvage. But something we need to see if we can unlock tools. Multi-tool. No, I want to think you gotta have, look and see. No, we can make it here. I thought maybe you had to have, you had to build a multi-tool on the next level of constructor, but you don't, so it's good. It's good. Yeah. Multi-charges, it takes the multi-charges, which takes one fuel cell. Let's make one of those. And we'll make a couple of charges so we can scrap the rest of those. These are a lot more efficient than just the basic tool that they give you with. For scrapping down the stuff. So we can take this thing, put it out of our pocket. We don't need it anymore. We got this. charges. So yeah, see, this will let us, we can retrieve blocks, we can salvage, we can repair stuff. It'll let us upgrade and downgrade things. So yeah, it's the next best thing. What's that put us at? So we need 200. So let's just grab some plates, because we're going to go get some more anyway. I didn't mean to do that, but be all right. There we go. Now we just put those. Oop, what did I put in there? I think it was that antibiotic injection. I need to go back in there. Okay. Now, we can go here. Now that we've got all the green, what we needed, you just hit start production. And then it just pops it up here, completed. So this ship's ready to spawn in. Let's spawn this bad boy in. Here we go. Not bad looking. Fell down in the hole. Oh, this is that stupid hole. Yeah. Where's this? We got here. Fridge. Armor locker. O2 station. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you could put a couple of guns up there. I bet it don't have any guns. Let's look at it. Got a little bit of CPU room. So it does have a little bit of room for upgrades. There's no guns, but we definitely need to have some guns. It probably does not have any shields. Defense. No, there's no shields. So we don't have any shields, which is typical on an early game ship like this. You're not gonna. It's gonna be. You might have a turret or something. I wonder why that one's lit up and this one's not. That's kind of weird. Anyhow, whatever. I don't really care at this point. So we're gonna grab this. Take about half of these. Go over here and put some fuel in this thing. What's on this side? We didn't check these shutters. Oh, we do have room for. Yep. Yep, there's room in there. Okay. So, go to fuel, manage the fuel. That in there. That in there. That gives us pretty good dosage of fuel. We can turn the thrusters off. Let's go grab some oxygen. Up our back. There we go. Oxygen. Alright, that filled that up. Container controller. Got a little bit of room. So let's take this back over here. Put up the oxygen we don't need. Making fuel there. Let's see if we were to make a turret, if we can make it. No, we want small vessel. We're definitely not no capital vessel. Light Gatling gun. Steel plates, computer, electronic. So we should be able to. I think we can make that. And then it takes. I think it takes the 12.7 maybe. Let's see. Excuse me. We can't make it here. Aha. So we do have to. So the next thing we're going to have to work on is building us a small base and. Well, now it's on. Huh. A small base. Definitely don't like it being down that far. So you can adjust your view. If you want to go in and out, just hit Alt and then use your scroll, and that'll adjust that view. You're in and out, and then your page up and page down will get you your up and down view of how you, when you're looking outside the ship in third person. This is first person, and that's third. V gets you that. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger ship. So we'll just see. See what we can do. Let's go over here and get these wreckages right now, because we're going to have plates. What a bad little ship. I think it'll be all right. It's not the most nimble, but that's okay. And you can just hit Y and it'll shut everything off. So then what you can do is you have kind of like a Wi-Fi system. So I can hit this Wi-Fi and it locks me in to that storage, right? So then whenever I salvage something like this, it goes into that, not into my inventory, but as long as you're within range, it'll go into that box. And as long as you've got room in your storage. Now, here, as you saw, it brought up the player stuff, right? So what you can do is you go over here to the hammerhead. See all that stuff we've been getting? I can just hit that, boom, right in there. Since we're limited on our charges, I want to try and get this down as quick as possible. Like that. big pieces means less fuel. It's not a bad little ship. Needs a little bit of work on the thrusters going up, but up and down, left and right ain't too bad. And it's got a scanner on it, which is, gotta turn our weapons on. Which is allows you to see a lot more stuff. Shoots out a bigger range. There's a wreckage right here. We gonna get. Turn that off. Save our fuel. You'll see right there next to the number 1, you'll see the little Wi-Fi symbol, and that lets you know when it's white like that you're in range and you're connected. See how things are flashing? That means you got pieces coming in. So you can actually get out of range of your Wi-Fi system. Some food. Ooh, lucky me. Some more canned meat. Oh shoot. Lucky he didn't give us a disease after hitting us 3 times. Little bastard. You have to be careful what you're aiming at, because you can do damage to your own ship. When you don't have shields. So keep that in mind when you're doing these, where you're pointing. Okay, so we're heavy. I didn't think we'd be able to do much because it's don't have a lot of thruster. We could just get going. That's the problem with this. It's a little bit heavy for the amount of thrusters. Go and dump this off. But that gave us a good idea of what we're looking at. So it looks like we're going to have to think about maybe adding some thrusters before we do too much heavy stuff, which sucks, but that's just part of it. Just part of it. Can go in the box. But you can also dump stuff into the factory if you wanted to. But with these plates, we're going to need these plates so that we can start building some blocks to build us a little base. Because we need to get that next level of constructor, the small constructor, so that we can put us a Gatling gun turret on here. Alright. Other than that, I think it's fine. It ain't bad. Just gonna need a little thruster work. It's a little heavy. We can get a little thruster work to it. Maybe add a couple of thrusters to the bottom. I think we could put 2 drills. Put a couple of drills right here where those little tube things are. Maybe. Put a gun up here. A turret right here. A turret right here. What's this? Oh, this is where we can access everything. Warp drive. Yeah. Shield and taxi tank. Constructor. Yeah, a little constructor for this. Yeah. Okay. But anyhow, we can put us a turret right here. Now I think we can probably add a couple of drills. Maybe right there. We'll see. First we got to get gonna see what we can do about making all of our stuff. Make us a base. Get away from this thing. This spot here, I'm sick of this grass. Looking at it, it's just funny. But we'll get out of here, get closer to the water, because we're gonna have some stuff we got to do with the water. Getting some oxygen and water built up. Let them be processing while we're doing stuff passively. But I think that's going to be it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it wasn't really exciting much. Just, you know, we did get us a ship in though, and it does look good. Like it really does look good. It's not this. It's the front looks a lot like it's Big Brother or Big Sister, whatever you want to call it. And the rear kind of does. It's these side pieces that these here pieces really. I don't know what, I don't know. But anyhow, I think there's some room for modification to it. You can make some improvements to it. But it's a good looking ship. But we got this in. Now we'll work on our base. But anyhow, that's it for now. I appreciate you guys coming out. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please hit the little thumbs button. Show me that you care. Show me that you enjoyed the video, and leave a few comments, and if you have questions about something or anything like that, and I'll answer them, get back to them, or address them in the next video. I probably will try and do something tomorrow. Probably go back into doing I'll probably do me an art video maybe or something like that, or might do this again. Um, but anyhow, enough rambling. You guys take care. Have a good rest of the week. If I don't see you or talk to you, and until next time, OG's out.